And welcome back as we're continuing our journey through the book of Acts. Today we're coming to chapter 12, and it's about to get heavy for the church. So let's buckle up, let's dive in. We're going to read a portion of scripture, pull out a timeless truth, starting in verse 1. About that time, Herod the king laid violent hands on some who belonged to the church. He killed James, the brother of John, with the sword, and when he saw that it pleased the Jews, he proceeded to arrest Peter also. This was during the days of unleavened bread, and when he had seized him, he put him in prison, delivering him over to 4 squads of soldiers to guard him, intending, after the Passover, to bring him out to the people. So Peter was kept in prison, but earnest prayer for him was made to God by the church. At this point, the early church's story, the primary opposition came from Jewish religious leaders. They responded to the growing Christian movement with threats and with imprisonment and even murder to one known believer in that time. And this wave of persecution scattered the church throughout the whole entire known world. And nearly 7 years later, a new antagonist emerged, Herod Agrippa I. Though he wasn't a Jew, he sought to gain favor from the Jewish elite. So rather than lead with justice and moral conviction, he ruled with political self-interest, willing to imprison innocent men, women, and children and shed innocent blood if it meant winning the approval of the religious establishment. You see, leaders who govern with self-interest rather than integrity, they usually have power that's misused and justice that's often ignored. One of the most common misconceptions about following Jesus is believing that faith guarantees a life free from pain, hardship, or look at this, injustice. But true faith isn't about avoiding difficulty. It's about knowing where to turn when difficulty comes. Though the world may feel like it's spinning out of control, God never is. And just as the early church found that their strength and stability was in Him during that turbulent time, we can find that strength as well. And we're invited to a place of hope in the one who remains faithful, sovereign, or in control, and good, no matter what surrounds us. And so, church, I want to encourage you today. As you may read headlines, as you may be hurt by something that someone has said, by getting that bill that was unexpected, by facing that challenge that you weren't seeing, to know that God is still in control, and knowing that God is there for you and that God cares, and that everything will make sense in the end. He's just asking you right now to trust Him. Just like the early church trusted in God, even though Peter was even locked up. Have faith, have trust. Everything is going to be okay. God bless.